So guys, let us dive into one of the most important parts of JavaScript, which are called the arrays and objects. If variables are like little boxes, yeah, as you always hear that that hold values, arrays and objects are like super storage containers. They can hold multiple values in one place. Okay, so arrays, an array as a single. An array is a list like a structure in a JavaScript that can store multiple values in a single variable. Okay, so let us look at one of the examples. So we let the float to be equals, so we can store everything in that square brackets. Okay, so for example here we can have, I like apples, we can have apples. You can have here bananas. I like bananas, bananas, like that. Banana. Let us have banana. Yeah, I don't like bananas. I like banana. Okay, so let us have mangoes. Mangoes, they are sweet. So let us have mangoes. Okay, so there. So now we can console out. We can console out our variable to see what is there. Okay, so here we get it is a list. We get a list of fruits, of these fruits. Okay, of fruits. So here these are fruits, guys, these are fruits. So we get them. So let us look at here we get all of them. But here, you know, these arrays, these fruits, they all have positions. So they are given positions, and these positions start from 0. Okay, start from 0, beginning with the first element. So the first element is in position 0. Okay, the second one is in position 1. Okay, so the second one is in position the third one is in position 2. This second one is in position 1. Okay, this first one is in position 0. Okay, like that. And that one we call it array indexing. Yeah? So arrays use numbers called indexes to access their elements. So indexes starts from 0. Okay, as we have seen. Okay, so let us see. So for example, here we have our fruits, and here we can access the apples. Remember we said that start from 0, so we can access the apples like that. So here we get apples. Here we can get mangoes, which are at 2. Okay, so here we can get mangoes like that. Okay, so we can also change values. We can also change values using these indexes. So for example, here we can come here and we can say fruits, but the one on position 2, we want it to be equals to what? We want to be equals to what? To grapes. Grapes, like that. If we save and we console out that fruit in position 2, we get grapes. As you can see, we get grapes. We no longer get mangoes. Okay, so we can also get the length of this array. Okay, like this. We can just get fruits, the name, then we can get a length. There are many operations we can do. We can push there, value. We can use the map. We can use, these are all functions that we can use on this array. Okay, so we can use a lot. There are a lot we can remove. Yeah, using the pop. We can reverse. We can to string. We can do a lot. Yeah, we are going to see all of them. Yeah? So dot one of the operation, we can get the length like that, and if we console out the length, remember there are 3 elements, which means we are going to get 3. As you can see, we get 3. Okay, so we get 3. Yeah? So there are many, but we are going to look at the common array methods. So arrays come with built-in methods to make our lives easier. Okay, so for example, we looked at one which is the push. So for example, here we can have the dot push, that push. Okay, and this one, the push, it adds element to the end. So for example, here push, then inside here we need to put an element. So here we have the grapes. So let us put there, instead of removing the mangoes, because we like them so much, they are sweet, let us just push grapes there instead of removing the mango, and we put the grapes in that position of the mango. Let us just push it there. Okay, so if we do this, let us note console.log. Let us do this. Let us remove out. Then let us console.log. Let us get our fruits to see if the grapes are there with the mangoes. Okay, as you can see, the grapes are there. Okay, the grapes are there. We have not removed. I want to increase, but there is something that is preventing me. Okay, so as you can see, we now have grapes there. Okay, so we can also use the pop. We can remove. Okay, so for example here, let me remove this one. We no longer have now grapes. So dot pop. We want to remove bananas because we don't like them so much, so we use the pop. Okay, the pop, then we provide. What do we want to remove? We want to remove something. We want to pop out something which is called let us remove the last element. So here, this one, it removes the last, so it removes the last element from an array and returns it. Okay, so here we are going to remove it. So if we remove it and then we print out our fruits, we get apples and bananas. So we have removed this last element, the mangoes. So let us see. Do we have remove? No, it is not there. It is not there. I was confusing it with other languages. It is not there. Okay, so let us use. Let us see how we can use this one. Let us use this one, and let us use unshift. There is also another operation which is the dot unshift. That one, the dot unshift, and this one adds to the start. It adds to the start. So, for example, here we can have, like, remember we were using push, and push added to the end of the element. So here to the end of the array, the list, but it added that element to the end. Okay, but this one, the unshift, it inserts element at the start of the array. Okay, so here we can add strawberry. We want strawberry, berry. We want strawberries, guys. They are sweet. They are sweet. Okay, so we console out fruits. So if we do this, we get the strawberries at the start. Okay, so we can also use another one, which is the shift. This one, remember, we are using the pop. Okay, and the last element was removed. Okay, the last element in the array was removed. But what if we want to remove the first element? Okay, we use the shift. Okay, so let us look at that. Let us look at that. The dot shift. Then we can remove that last element. That first element. Okay, so it means we are going to remove apples. We like apples so much, but why are we removing them? Let us just remove them. They are expensive. Okay, so as you can see, we have removed apples. Okay, because they are expensive. They are expensive, and we need to economize. Okay, so let us look at another one, which is called the index of, and this one finds the position of that item. Okay, so dot index of. Then inside here we provide the element. Okay, the element. So what element? We want to provide the element which is the apples. Okay, we want to see the index of apples. Some people were saying that I'm lying. So let us see the index. Is it 0 or? Let us first console.log. So here let us store it in a certain value. So let us create here, let position, pause, call it pause like that. So let us see pause. A teacher can never lie, guys. A teacher can never lie. So as you can see, it is in position 0, as I told you before. It is in position 0. Now some people are saying you're strict us. No, I've not tricked you. This is how the computer works. We start counting from 0. Okay, so let us look at another one. We have a lot, guys. We have a lot of operations we can use. So for example, let us see another one. Let me just pass you through all that you can use. So for example, we had the index of. Let us look at the includes. Where is the includes? So includes. So this one checks if the value exists. As you can hear, includes fruits. Includes what? Includes bananas. no, includes banana. Is there a banana? Is there a banana? Yet we don't want it. Okay, is there a banana? So let us check if the banana is there. So Control X. So this one, it will turn true or false. So if we save, we get true. It is there. The banana is there. But what about the strawberry? What about the strawberry? But we like strawberries. Why aren't they there? Okay, so let us look at the strawberry. Oh, it is not there. Yeah, it is not there. So let us look at another one operation we can use. Another method we can use. Okay, so we have another one which is called a slice, which copies a part of the array. Okay, so slice, C price slice. So let us use that slice. This slice, then we get from 0 up to 1. Okay, from 0 up to 1. Okay, so we get only those ones. So we want to print them out. So if we save, we get from 0 to 1. Okay, so we only get the apple. Okay, so we get from 0, then we end to 1. We don't include the ones. So if we want to include the banana, we get up to 2. Okay, so we include the banana. If we want to include the first 3 elements, we get up to there. Okay, so but what if we want to start from 2? What if we want to print only the banana and the mango? So we start from 1. From, is it 1? Yeah, from 1, then we end to 3. Yeah, to 3. So the apples will not be there. Okay, like that. Like that. So there's also another one that you saw, which is called the splice. The dot splice. This one, the dot splice, which and this one it adds or remove the elements. Okay, remove the elements. So for example, here we can have the dot slash, then here splice, then let us provide. So here we provide the start number, the start number. Then here we provide this one, the delete count number. Okay, so we want to delete that one. Then we want to add there. What do we want? Want to add this? Let us add watermelon. Okay, watermelon. That watermelon. Okay, let us put it here. Control X. Put there. Let us see what is going to come out. Creates there. If we save, we get all of them. We get apples, watermelon, and mangoes. So what we have done here, we get the value. We get this first one. We access the first one. Okay, we access the first one. We delete, and then we put an element in this position, in this same position. So let us first delete this one. So let us delete. Let us see if we can get 3. If we can get 2, and then we put 1. Okay, like that. So here, as you have seen, we get the one, we delete the one and position 2. Okay, and then we replace watermelon there. We replace the watermelon in that. We put watermelon, okay, in that position. Okay, as you have seen here, as you can see here. So let us see how we can loop through, how we can see all. Here we have been just printing the all values there, but we want to get one by one. Okay, one by one. Okay, so let us do it like this one. Let us do it like this one. If you have never seen loops, you shall see them. I'm going to release a video about control flow statements. Okay, you will see them. Yeah? You will see them. Okay, so we can use the for loop like this. So I have some extension here which will help me generate the code snippet. So here we have the index. Let us start from 0. Then let us iterate through our array. What is our array? We have the array, which is the fields. Then the dot length. Okay, dot length. Let me just remove this one. Okay, let me remove that one. So let us increment. So here, let me just teach you the basic key. Let me just teach you the basic key. So here we get the index. We create a variable which starts from 0. It contains the 0. It contains 0. Okay. So this one, it is going to have a maximum number, which is equals to the to grade to what, which is equals to what, to the length, to the values, to the length of the values, to the number of the values that this array contains for its dot length. Remember, for its dot length, it returns the width, the length, the number, the total number of elements in this array. Okay, and then here we increment. We increment. So it is going to run like this. We are going to run this code when this index is equals to 0. Okay, and then we are going to check if this 0 is still less than the value that we got here. Okay, the length of the fluid. Okay, if it is less than, then we are going to run again. Then after running, we increment. Then we increment the value. So we add. So this index, if at first the index had contained 0, it had a 0. Okay, it had a 0. Then we are going to increment it. In the second loop, we are going to add a 1 on it. Okay, we are going to add a 1 on it. Yeah? After adding a 1, we are going to check if it is still less. Yeah? If it is still less, okay, so we are going to run. If it is still less than the value that we set here, then we are going to run, okay, the code again until this index it doesn't exceed 10. Okay, it remains below below the value, not 10. Below the value. For instance, if here the length was 10, or 3, it will not exceed 3. Okay, the loops, the number of looping, the number of times this code is going to run, it is not going to exceed 3 times while we are incrementing this value. Okay, it's not going to exceed. Okay, so this is it. So the elements. So here we are going to get our what? We are going to get our fluids. Then we access the value at that index. Okay, the elements. So here we are going to console out console.log element, like that. Okay, so if we do this, we get apples, bananas, mangoes on different lines. Okay, as you can see there. So let us take a look at objects in JavaScript. Okay, so let us look at objects in JavaScript. Okay, let us look at objects. So an object stores data in a key value pair. So think of it like a dictionary. Okay, it contains values. It contains data in form of key value. Okay, the key, it is one that we use to access that value. Okay, that value of the object. Okay, so let us take a look at an example. So here we can have person. Remember, the person can have a name. The person name. So we can have a name. So the person has a name. Here the name, which is John. Let us have okay, let us make this person to be 25 years old. Then let us give, is this person a student? Is this person a student? Yeah, this person can be a student. True, can be a student doing a doctorate degree in software engineering. Yeah, so there, after there, so let us see how this one can be console out. So let us console.log person. Let us console.log person. Okay, and we see what this object contains. So here, as you can see, we get something which is like this. So we have here the age, which is 25. We had is a student. True. The name is John. Okay, as you can see there, as it is printed here, as it is printed right here. Okay, as you can see, the same data. Okay, so let us see how we can access object properties. So we can access them like this. For example, I told you that we use the key to access. So this is the key. This one, this first one, it is the key, and then this one, it is the value. Okay, it is the value. So we use the key to access the value. So for example, here we have the person dot. Let us access dot name. not name. Let us access the name of that object, which is the person. So here we get John, okay, John, like that. Then here we can also access dot is student. Is this person a student? Yes, it is true, is a student. Okay, so that one is called the dot annotation. Okay, we have another one which is called the bracket annotation. Okay, so when using bracket annotation, we have ever used it before. We used it up there when we are accessing using the indexes. But here, inside here, we don't put the position. Okay, we put the key, which is the name, there. Okay, there. Okay, so if we save, we get undefined. No. Where are we getting undefined? We should use a string. We use a string. Okay, name, like this, name. Then we can access John. Okay, like that. Yeah? Then here we can put is a student, like that. And then here we can get true, is a student. Okay, so that's called the bracket annotation, the bracket way. Okay, so how can we add or change values? So we can add or change values. For example, we can do it like this. We can use the bracket annotation or the dot annotation. So person dot name. Let us set it to be John Rashid, like that. Okay, and then let us use the bracket annotation John, then the bracket, then the age. Let us set it to be 29, because this person is very old, but he looks to be 25 years old. But the real age is 29, and the real name is Rashid. Okay, so let us print out all of them. Let us use here, I think the dot annotation is simple, so dot name. I think the dot annotation is simple, so dot log person dot age, like that. So if we print it out, we now have Rashid and 29. So we have the age, which is now 29, and the name, which is Rashid. Okay, so we can also remove properties. We can remove properties. For example, we can do it like this. We can delete. We can use the delete. We can use the delete keyword. We can delete person dot. What do we want to delete? We want to delete person dot age, like that. Okay, so let us see. Person dot age will now get undefined because it does not exist. Okay, it does not exist. Okay, it is not there. Okay, as you can see here. As you can see, even if we put it here, Control X, and we put it right. Let us put it right there, and we see here we get 29. So here we just remove. So this delete, it will make this one to be undefined. Like this one, to make it to be like that. Okay, so the age. So if we do this, if we don't delete and we do this, and we remove, we don't assign it there, and we even don't do this, we are going to get something which is equivalent to an error. As you can see, we get an error. Okay, so unquote reference error, age is not defined. Okay, like that. So this one will make it undefined. Okay, it will just prevent an error. Okay, if we delete, the error will not come out. Okay, if we do this, the error will not come out. If we do this, we get something. So here we are going to get an error, but we need to first assign it, like this. We need to assign it something, okay, before we could change it, like that. So there's also other object. There are also objects with methods, okay. So let us look at them. Let us look at them. So for example, here we can have this one. We can have like we can have drive. Can you drive? Can this person drive? Let us have a function here, which is going to be a method function there. Okay, so but here we need to put something like a comma. So here we can have this one. Then we can console.log can drive. okay, can drive, okay. So we can do that, yeah. We can also use that method there, yeah? Okay. So let us delete all of these ones, and here we can console out. We can do this, yeah. We can get the person, and then we call the drive like that, like this, the drive, okay. And then we shall get can drive. Yes, this person can drive. Also, we can do this. We can even pass out like the name. We can pass out the. We can do this. We can. Let me first show you something. Let me first get this one. Console.log second name, okay. Second name there, the second name. So here we can pass even the value here, second name. This is a function. If you have never worked with functions, please relax. I'm going to the next video that I'm going to release, I'm going to be teaching you about functions, only functions, okay. Just relax, okay. So here we can pass out the second name. So here we need to provide a second name right here. We need to provide a second name, okay. So we need to provide it. So here we can provide it. It can be in form of a string. So here we can put it to be what to be. We want it to be a string, okay. No, we cannot set it like that, okay. Let us leave it like this, yeah. So we can come here and then we provide it in a string format. We can form Shen like that, okay. Shen, and then we come here and we use it, yeah. We use it here, okay. So if we save and we can drive, and then the second name is Shen like that, okay. Like that, yeah. That's how we can use the method, the function, or we should call it a function, yeah, a method, okay. So let us see how we can loop through objects, yeah. So here we can do this, yeah. So we can use the for loop. So for loop have we seen? Okay. So for a loop, then we can you can use the. Let us use it like this. For here we should use the for in, okay. The for in, okay. The for in. So for in. So we let the key, okay. The key in person, in person, okay. Then we can come here, right here, and we start accessing that key, okay. So here we can console.log, then key, okay, key. Then we want that key, then we want to access it like this, and here we should put plus, then we should put person, then dot key like that, okay, like that. So if we do that, we can get now the drive student. These ones undefined, why undefined, okay. Person dot key person. So we let the person, okay. Here we have key in person, okay. So here we get the keys, okay. We get the keys here. As you can see, we get the keys, which name, we get the age, we get everything, yeah? We get all of them, okay, like that, okay. So we can also do this. We can do this. So let me also show you something. We can also do this. Then we provide the key like that. We get this value, okay. If we do that, we get this value. We can also use what we call the nested objects or arrays. So for example, here we can do this. So here we can have hobbies. Let us have the hobbies. So this person's hobbies. Then hobbies we can provide here. So these ones we can use the array. This array we can have hobbies like coding. We can have reading like that, yeah? So put a comma. So we can have that one. Then we can have the object, another object there. So for example, address there. Then we can provide the object here, okay. So let us put a comma to remove that error, okay. So here we can put like a city, and then we can put a New York. Here it should be in New York. New York, okay, like this. Oh, New York, why am I writing New York? Okay, New York. Then here we can have another one. We can have like the zip code. We can have the zip code, zip. Then we can have something which is equivalent to that. Okay, so we can have them like that. That's called a nested objects, an array. Okay, so we can now access them like this. So for example, let us delete all these ones. Okay, and then we put something, we can access them like this, console.log. So let us access this one, the address. Okay, so let us first go into the person dot address. Then inside the address, what do we want to access? Dot, we want to access the city. Okay, so if we do this, we can now get New York, which is the city. Okay, we can also do this. We can get dot zip dot. Let us access the hobbies. Okay, so dot hobbies, we are using the dot annotation here. Hobbies, then we access, what do we want to access? We want to access the one, we want to access coding, because it is what we are doing, so it is in position 0, so we can access it like that, coding. Okay, there. Okay, so let us see arrays of objects. Yeah, these ones, arrays of objects. So these ones, they also have, these objects, they also have arrays. Okay, so for example, we might have here something here like let the product, which is equals, let us set it, so let us give it, so arrays, we have there an array. So this array contains so here the first, it contains an object there, an object which is a name, it is this product, it is a laptop. Then we can have its price here, price, which is at, it is at that amount. Then we can have something like we can have another product, copy, then we paste there. We can have another product. This one is reduced at a reduced price. This one can be a mouse, gaming mouse. Okay, like that. Yeah, gaming mouse. Then how can we iterate through all these ones? So we can do it like this. We can do it like this. Products. We can do products to get that one. This one, the products. Okay, product. Oh, these are products, guys. They are products. Okay, so products dot, you can use the for each. This one, for each. We help us to iterate through here. So we use the for each. Okay, for each. Then we access that product. Okay, so here for each. So we go inside each one of them, all of them. We go inside these products and we pick a product. Okay, so we pick a product. So that product, we give it a name. We can say prod, we can say product, but it is better to write that all name. Okay, to be specific, yeah, to be very clear. So that one, the product. Then after accessing that product, we use that one. Okay, we use this equal, then forward, then we use equal, greater than. Okay, like that. Then we want to use that one, this product. Okay, we want to use it. So we want to console.log. Then we can access that product. So we use that product, this one, the product, this variable. It is like an object. Okay, a product. Then we access, because it is an object, we can use the dot annotation or the brackets annotation. Yeah? So dot price, we can access the price. If we do that, we can access all of them. So here we access the prices of the first one. Okay, then the price of the second one. Okay, like that. Okay, we can also do this. So for example, we can do this. Okay, this is like an arrow function. Okay, it is called an arrow function. Okay, guys, this one, it is an arrow function. Okay, that we are using. Okay, so here we can have the product, the name. Okay, and then here we can have certain index. Okay, there. Okay, so here we can access the product and we do the same. Okay, there. Okay, I think we are getting the same. But what if we console.log for this product? Let us try to get the index there, the index there. Okay, so if we do this, as you can see, we are going to get the index. It is like the position, okay, the position of these things, of this product. Okay, so the first product is in position 0 and the second product is in position 1. Okay, so that's how we can use it, that's how we can do it. Okay, that's how we can do it. Okay, so let us yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so you can use those for each. Let me check if there is another one which you can learn. Products dot something. Let me search here. You can find, yeah, you can test out all of these ones. Try to make a research, and learning is cannot stop. Okay, so you should continue learning, guys. You should continue learning. So that's how that's the basics. Those are the basics. Okay, that's what you can get to know. So start from there and start expanding your knowledge about arrays and objects. I'm going to also prepare a full advanced course. Okay, so prepare for that advanced course. I'll be releasing it. Okay, I'll be releasing it soon.